Yes, so welcome to Vasily's Garden, folks. We're out in the veggie garden today and we've had some wonderful guests join us today. Beautiful friends of ours, and I want to introduce you to her. This is Raimondo. Ray, how are you, sweetheart?
Hi.
She's a little bit nervous. Now, we do these random attacks, as you know, with people who turn up. And her partner or husband, Paul, over there, he's not mic'd up so you can't hear him. Paul, we try not to show the face because it's like that TV commercial, the dentist. Anyway,
You can't show, yes.
how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Oh, go away. Come on, go away. Too many cameos with you. Go. You love them. Now,
I do,
Now,
yes.
you've got pets
I do. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats.
and farm animals?
And we have 10 sheep and 2 alpacas.
Yeah, so they're not near locals here, like Lethbridge, whereabouts?
We're in Landsborough,
Yeah, where's
in
that?
Victoria, so it's almost, it's near Stawell,
Where's that?
near Ararat. It's
No,
west.
It's west. There
It's
you go.
west, yeah.
Beautiful. So that's, a couple of hours from here? Not even.
It is. It's about probably an hour and a half from here. Yeah.
How many acres?
48.
48.
I keep looking at Paul. Paul,
He's shy as a... It's okay. But he'll prompt you if you get something
he will,
wrong.
yes, true,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
Now, you've been following us for a while.
Yes.
And we've become good friends because of the store we had in COVID.
Correct,
The backstory here, folks, and we hit it off really well.
Yes.
And Lisa was around, but she's just disappeared for a
Gone.
second. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she'll be back.
Yeah.
You're hoping.
Yes.
So tell us about your garden adventures.
Well, I started gardening when I was quite young, but then I just evolved into being able to garden as we used to in the past and having a front garden that was full of plants as well as veggies,
Yeah.
and then it's just grown from there. So, and then we started watching your amazing show and using all your amazing products, and it's not a
It's not
not
a
a
plug.
shout out,
Yeah,
it's not
no.
a plug.
Yeah.
But like I said to you before, we had 2 garden beds, one using an organic product through Bunnings, and your products, and there was a big vast difference that we noticed,
Yeah.
and that was just...
I didn't know about this, by the way.
No, it was
Yeah.
only something that we had trialled ourselves, and only because we had a spare bag.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
so
enjoying it?
loving it.
Yeah, we used to
loving
do
it.
we used to do the plugs as well, the seedling plugs, and we haven't done them for a while since we stopped the store.
Yeah.
And it's something that Paul asked earlier if we're going to get back into
Yeah.
it, and we will be, all in good time, folks. We're just settling our feet in this farming environment. I mean, we've already been here for a few years, but we're just changing the processes, and eventually we'll have those available as well in the farm gate. So, what are you growing at the moment in your garden?
So at the moment we've got some amazing broccoli,
Yeah.
cauliflower, some wrapper, and we've still maintained our capsicums,
Nice.
and we've got eggplant still, but we're going to try to do the bubble wrap protect and see if that works
That's the one in
over
the background there.
over the winter period.
Yeah.
But our broad beans aren't doing too well.
All right, so you did mention that, and you saw my ones are struggling.
Yes.
Let's go over here and have a look at my broad beans
Yeah.
and discuss what's going on. All right, so this is a bed that I planted. Come over this side.
Yep.
You can join us, Paul.
All good.
You sure?
Yep.
You're quite content?
Yep. Happy.
Okay, so this is the first time I planted in this bed here. What I did in factor in my situation is, and I'm not saying this is the reason why it's happening, but it's not helping, it's contributing to the problem or the softness of it.
Yeah.
The sun is low, we've got too many eucalyptus trees and native trees there, we've got conifers here, and literally the sun doesn't peak over the top high enough to get to the far beds over there.
Yeah.
And by the time we're about 12 o'clock, midday, it's already in the shadows, it's casted in shadow.
Yeah.
So it's not getting enough sunlight, hence why the plants on that side are a bit smaller. But the leaf curl,
Yes.
that's my concern. Have you got that too?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, all of mine are curled. Yeah.
It's the first time, but then I've got one over there that's got absolutely nothing. Same type of soil. So I've done a pH test on this and it's fine. I've actually added more black grit into it than I added about 3 days ago, Eco Butch,
Yep.
to see if maybe it's the nitrogen I've got to kick in, stop that leaf curling. But it's none of that.
Still.
It's I reckon there's some trace elements that are needed in here, like boron or something, to help them thicken up a bit more,
Right.
which I haven't added to it. Have you done
Okay.
anything else to yours?
No, I've only done what you've recommended, but it's pretty much the same. But I think thinking about it too, the sunlight might be an issue for us.
Not getting
in the
enough
back.
sun?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
So I'm actually thinking of replanting. It's really late.
Yeah.
It's about 2 months late, if not more, in that bed over there in the middle. Because that's where I used to grow them every year, and the middle bed, but that's become a hothouse.
And it gets more light.
Yeah, and I always have a bumper crop. But I thought, let me try something different for once. People talk about rotating.
Yep.
I don't normally practice that, but I'll give it a go this year, and the results are this. Now, I'm not saying it's this bed in particular. It may be the seed as well. It may be a case we both got a bad batch of seed.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Don't know,
Yeah.
can't tell. And I've cut these back as well.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't really kicked in. The frost hasn't done good for them. I've put a grow stick in the middle,
Yeah.
which is helping to some extent, I suppose, but they're not shining glory here, that's for sure.
Do you cut them back to give them enough energy?
Well, I normally don't do that, and by now they'd be a lot firmer in the stem. Like in these stems here, they'd be a lot thicker.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
a little bit succulent. They're a little bit soft.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that down to the lack of sunlight, not enough sun to harden them off properly.
Yep.
So they are really missing out on the last 4 or 5 hours of sun. They're only getting 4 hours of sunlight, if that.
Yep.
Which is way not enough. So I have to put them out there. So Paul's taken care of. He's doing well. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Beta got his little attention.
Yes.
Now, who does the gardening in your place? Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he get involved?
Paulie, Paulie does.
Well, he's not here to answer for himself.
Well, he's right there, but he does. He mows the lawns.
Oh, yeah.
But I do
Okay.
in terms of all the gardening thing.
Yeah.
Like he'll go and get my things that I need, but I do it all.
Okay. Now, you've got some in the front garden, I heard.
Yes.
I haven't seen your place. And your neighbours are pretty impressed about that? 'Cause
All the time, it's the talking piece of the street
Yeah.
because everybody sort of stops
no one else
and
is
looks.
no one else is doing that?
No, it's really sad to see. I mean, some people have tried and probably, planted some herbs and things, but they and they always talk about wanting to do it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's probably the know-how, I think,
Okay.
and just
Well, you
not,
can
not
be a
being-
mentor for
Well,
them.
I have said that between work and kids and family that
yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
can support it. But I mean, I would love to have like a little, just my own little area where I can sort of exchange sort of
Gardening.
organic gardening
Food
produce.
Okay,
yeah,
sort of
which
little
would
farm
be lovely.
table,
yeah.
farm gate.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I think so many people are just used to doing it the way that they've been doing it for years and probably don't realise how easy it is to grow your own.
And what's your take on that overall? Do you think what's your advice for people out there? You've been following me for a long time now, and we know each other very well. You understand our mission, our who we are, what our beliefs are, and I've been trying to share that with the wider community. And in all seriousness, we're talking about the mineral density, the nutritional density of homegrown produce, obviously using natural products. We've got a wonderful range. We all know about that. You hear me talking about it day in and out. But there are so many other companies out there as well who carry some good products.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say they're better than ours. Never. But in all seriousness, the bottom line here is that keeping it natural. What's the point of growing something at home if you're going to practice the same technique as the industrialisation of food in today's world is? The farming, the chemical induction. You've got the dirty dozen. You've got strawberries, silver beets, spinach. They are heavily sprayed.
Yeah.
And then we talk about the health of oneself.
Yeah.
When you're trying to give your body the minerals it needs, 60 different minerals. If your plant life hasn't got it because your soil life and life in the soil is lacking, how's your body going to be able to self-heal when it's not receiving the nutrients it needs?
That's right. I mean, you just have to go into your local supermarket, and not to say that we don't shop at a supermarket,
Yeah, we do.
but if you have a look at the organic range and it's just this tiny little section and you think, well, what's the rest?
Yeah.
If that's organic, then what else are we
What are we
buying?
really eating?
Yeah. So we try as much as we can to sort of and are practicing on how to try to grow to sustain our family. And if there's anything extra, then that's great. We can share it with others.
We should come over and do a little segment at your place.
Well, maybe you should.
Yeah? Yeah, you got the confidence. she was, I'm not going to swear, she was really scared. She goes, I'm going in the shed and I'm watching only. I am not talking to you. You can, no, then she goes, maybe you can tell me what questions you're going to ask me. I said, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Isn't that right?
That's true.
Yeah, so this is how we roll. We're really just free-flowing, natural.
Organic.
Organic, thank you very much. And the muscles has turned up. And she's been guarded by the beasts. Loving it, folks. Well, there you go. If you're not growing it yourself and you're eating it from a store, what are you really eating is the question here. Yes, we don't all succeed every time when we plant something. As you can see, we show our bumps and bruises as well as our successes that we have in the garden. But at the end of the day, it's caring, sharing and learning from each other. And obviously at the table as well, sharing each other's stories and know-how as we've done for many years. Thanks for taking the time
No, thank you
to
for
drive
having
1.5 hours and realise that you can end up doing this little segment. Well, it'll be our turn to drive up there. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Don't forget the website, Vasily's Garden, but I have to come and say hello to this guy. Come here, mate. Come here, come on. How you going, mate?
Good, mate.
That's good. Well, from me, Vasily, mate, that's it. Love you, mate.